Word spreads that Crassus is coming to Capua. No date, no warning, just that he will arrive. Ashur panics and immediately orders his house transformed. Floors polished, pools filled, lavish food prepared, rare wine poured, exotic meat served. Every single day has to look like Crassus might step through the gates at any moment, even if it completely drains Ashur's wealth. But appearances aren't the real problem. The real danger is that the house of Ashur doesn't even have a place in the upcoming games. That decision belongs to Gabinius, but Ashur can't reach him. Gabinius' wife Kosusha blocks access, and Opiter, who used to be useful, is now unreliable. Ashur knows something has to change, and fast, no matter how ugly it gets. Publicly, Ashur is openly humiliated. At the marketplace, Proculus celebrates yet another victory, and mocks Ashur for not even having the doctore. Ashur fires back, ridiculing the brothers Ferox as grotesque monsters, and promising they'll be destroyed once his house enters the games. The crowd laughs, enjoying the spectacle of Ashur's disgrace. Later, Ashur walks through a chamber once filled with statues of Batiatus' champions, Spartacus, Crixus, Gannicus. He reflects on how his former dominus built glory on legends, while Ashur, who believes he's smarter and more deserving, is still clawing for relevance. Then comes another insult. Ashur learns Crassus' baggage will arrive before Crassus himself, and Ashur is expected to receive it like a pack animal. That's the moment everything hardens. Winning glory isn't enough anymore. Victory in the arena becomes survival. At the market, Ashur receives Crassus' baggage. When payment is demanded, Ashur doesn't have enough coin. He orders the merchant to wait. It becomes clear this is exactly how Crassus built his empire, by pushing risk onto others and daring them to object. Then Capua itself is attacked. Cilician pirates flood the streets without warning. Ashur charges straight into the chaos alongside Chorus. They cut through attackers without hesitation. Ashur personally shields Kosusha and her daughter Veridia, carving a bloody path through the streets until the threat is finally ended. Afterward, Gabinius acknowledges what Ashur has done. A debt has been created, and Gabinius refuses to live beneath it. Ashur is granted entry into the Ludi Apollinaris at last. Back at his villa, Ashur drinks, riding the high. He gathers his gladiators and announces the news. The house of Ashur will stand in the games. Proculus will be answered in blood. The brothers Ferox will fall by Achillea's hand, whom Ashur names the goddess of death. But the triumph barely has time to settle. A procession arrives. Ashur steps forward, ready to greet Crassus, only to be corrected. The man standing before him is not Crassus, it's Caesar. Meanwhile, Achillea's own trial is unfolding. She trains under Calidus, who describes the brothers Ferox as grotesque, yet terrifyingly effective fighters who move as one. During training, Achillea is beaten down, left gasping for air, while Tarchon mocks her and the men laugh. Ashur demands she rise and prove she's worthy of the brotherhood's mark, or rot where she lies. Achillea forces herself up. The message is clear. Weakness has no place here. Resentment grows among the men. They eat poorly, mock Ashur's promises, and resent Achillea's elevated status. Calidus warns Achillea never to underestimate the brothers Ferox, explaining they fight with a single mind. Training resumes. Achillea faces Tarchon, Ephysius, and Erato, and is beaten down again until something finally clicks. She adapts, listens, and manages to survive their coordinated assault. Calidus declares the lesson learned. But success only fuels anger. Tarchon explodes, accusing his father of elevating Achillea without proper trial. Calidus responds that strategy, not rage, wins battles. The argument exposes a deep fracture between father and son. Tarchon is enraged that Calidus chose Achillea over him. Opiter unexpectedly arrives at Ashur's house, claiming concern for Chorus's wounds. In the baths, tension rises as Opiter probes Chorus about his habits and appetites. Finally, Chorus reveals the truth. Fides attacked him with several men. All were killed except Fides. Chorus is stunned when Opiter tells him Fides was later found dead with his throat slit. Chorus insists he didn't kill him. Fides was tied to Proculus. Opiter quietly absorbs this, disturbed but intrigued, hinting that vengeance in the arena may still come, and revealing he's already spoken to Kosusha on Ashur's behalf. Kosusha gently speaks with her daughter Veridia about how life hardens people, how joy and despair arrive without mercy. She urges Veridia not to surrender to darkness, and invites her to the market, tempting her with rare Egyptian linen. After some hesitation, Veridia agrees. At the market, Veridia is captivated by the beauty of the linen, while Kosusha imagines her daughter displayed in fine January at Gabinius' games, Viridia firmly rejects the idea. Then chaos explodes. Cilician pirates attack the streets of Capua, guards are slaughtered, civilians scatter, and Kosusha and Viridia are targeted for ransom. Ashur and Chorus arrive just in time, cutting through the attackers with brutal efficiency. Ashur personally shields the women. Viridia survives, shaken but alive, and openly credits Ashur with saving them. Gabinius, stunned by the scale of the attack and the death of the Aediles' wife elsewhere, recognizes the political weight of Ashur's actions. Privately, Gabinius resolves the matter. Ashur is granted entry into the games. No debt remains. Ashur returns home triumphant. He dismisses the medicus, demands wine, and gathers his gladiators. The announcement electrifies the house. The house of Ashur will finally stand in the Ludi Apollinaris. Proculus' insults will be answered. The brothers Ferox will fall. Aquilia is named the goddess of death. The house erupts in cheers. Rest is ordered. Victory feels close. Then horns sound. A procession arrives. Ashur steps forward to meet the man who has haunted every plan and realizes Caesar has arrived.